Have you ever wondered why some people thrive while others stall, even with the same resources? Success doesn't begin when you reach a goal. It begins the moment you choose to think and act like someone who already has. Shift your mindset, and your actions will follow. 1. Success begins with your mindset, not the finish line. Hey there, friend. Ever feel like success is that shiny prize you'll grab someday when everything lines up just right? Maybe after the bills are paid or the knees stop creaking? But let me share something that hit me like a sunrise. Success doesn't start when you cross some finish line. It begins the second you decide you're worth it, right now. Picture Ed, a 68-year-old widower from Missouri, staring at an empty house after his wife passed. He could have waited for life to hand him a new chapter, but one day he dusted off his toolbox, started fixing up his garage, and turned it into a workshop where neighbors now swap stories. That first hammer swing, that was success, not the applause, but the spark in his chest saying, "I've still got this." An old philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, put it plain: life's what your thoughts make it. You don't need a bank full of cash or a crowd cheering. You start by carrying yourself like you've already won. It's like when you kept the family going through lean years. Nobody handed you a medal, but you stood tall anyway. Studies show this isn't just talk. Psychologists say acting confident kicks open doors your doubts kept shut. Look at Oprah. She didn't wait for permission. She walked like she belonged, and the world caught up. Take a deep breath and think. What's one dream you've shelved, telling yourself it's too late? Here's your step. Today, not tomorrow. Grab a pen, write it down, and do one tiny thing toward it. Maybe it's calling your daughter about that trip you've dreamed of, or pulling out those watercolor paints. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It's now, and you're ready. What's holding you back? Fear of failing, or just old habits? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and so would everyone watching. You've faced loss, loneliness, maybe a tighter budget than you'd like, yet here you are, tougher than you know. Success isn't out there. It's in your next move, your next yes to yourself. In short, it's not the finish line that matters. It's the mindset you choose this minute, the one that says you're enough to start. Keep this fire going. Next, we'll talk about why waiting for confidence is a trap you don't need to fall into anymore. 2. Action creates confidence, not the other way. Hey friend, ever find yourself waiting for that magic burst of confidence to sweep in before you try something new? Maybe it's joining that senior dance class or tackling the clutter in the spare room and you think, I'll do it when I feel ready. But here's a truth that's like a wake-up call at dawn. Confidence doesn't come first. It grows after you take the leap. Think of Lila, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Virginia who felt shaky after losing her husband. One day, instead of waiting to feel brave, she invited neighbors over for cards, hands trembling as she shuffled the deck. Now, her laughter fills the room every Thursday, and she's steadier than ever. An old thinker, Epictetus, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you step up that counts." It's like when you faced a health scare or stretched $1 to feed the family. You didn't feel bold at first, but doing it made you bold. Science backs this. Psychologists say action rewires your brain, turning "I can't" into "I just did." Look at Jimmy Carter, hammering houses at 100. He didn't wait to feel strong, he swung the hammer, and strength followed. Take a moment now. What's one thing you've delayed because you don't feel sure? Don't let it sit. Today, act like you've got this. Step 1. Pick something small. Call a friend you miss, walk 10 minutes, or sign up for that library talk. Do it now, not when the stars align. What's the first move you'd make if fear wasn't whispering in your ear? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and it might spark someone else too. You've survived retirement blues, quiet nights alone, maybe a loved one's goodbye. Action got you through, not waiting. Confidence isn't a gift dropped on your porch. It's a fire you stoke by moving, even when your knees wobble. In short, don't wait to feel confident. Act, and confidence will chase you down, lighting up every step. Next, we'll dive into why stalling for permission is a habit you can break today. Stick with me. 3. Stop waiting for permission. Move now. Hey there, friend. Ever catch yourself standing still, waiting for someone to say, "Go ahead, it's okay"? Maybe it's that dream of driving cross-country or just asking your son to visit more, and you're holding your breath for the perfect green light. But let me tell you something that jolts me awake. You don't need permission to live your life. Now is yours to claim. Picture Frank, a 72-year-old from Idaho, who spent years after retirement staring at his fishing rods, waiting for the right time. One morning, tired of excuses, he grabbed them and hit the lake. Alone, shaky, but grinning. That first cast wasn't just a fish, it was freedom. A wise man, Seneca, once said, "Life slips through our fingers while we hesitate. Don't let it drip away." It's like when you patched things up with a friend or faced a tight budget. You didn't wait for a nod. You moved, and it worked. Studies show waiting kills more dreams than failing ever could. Psychologists call it the cost of inaction. Look at Warren Buffett. He didn't ask the world if he could build wealth. He started, and the world followed. Take a second. What's one thing you've been stalling on, thinking someone else holds the key? Stop waiting. Today's the day. Here's your move. Pick one action. Book that doctor's appointment, write a letter to your grandkid, or check that savings plan. Do it now, before the clock ticks again. What's one step you'd take if no one's approval mattered? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and it might nudge someone else too. You've navigated loss, loneliness, maybe a quiet house after the kids left. You didn't need a manual then, and you don't now. Life's too short to wait for a hall pass. Grab it with both hands and run. In short, permission's a myth. Your life starts moving the moment you say yes to yourself. Write this heartbeat. Next, we'll talk about how those tough days you've faced are actually your strength in disguise. Stay with me. 4. Challenges are your training ground. Hey friend, ever feel like life's piling on more than you can carry? Maybe it's the ache that slows your steps, or the silence that echoes since your spouse passed. Those moments can knock the wind out of you. But what if they're not here to break you, but to build you? Challenges are your training ground, not your graveyard. Take Ruth, a 69-year-old from Tennessee who after a stroke thought her days of hosting family dinners were done. One stubborn afternoon, she grabbed a spatula anyway, shaky hands and all, and cooked again. That meal wasn't just food, it was her reclaiming her strength. An old thinker, Marcus Aurelius, said what stands in your way becomes the way. Like how you turned a layoff or a kid moving out into a chance to grow tougher. It's not about dodging the hard stuff, it's about stepping into it. Science agrees. Psychologists say facing tough times head-on builds resilience, like muscle after a workout. Look at John McCain, captured, battered, yet he came back stronger, not bitter. Take a breath now. What's one hurdle in front of you? Health, loneliness, a tight budget? Don't run, face it today. Here's your step. Pick one small fight, like walking despite the pain or calling a friend when the house feels too big. Do it now, because waiting won't soften the blow. What's a tough spot that's taught you something big? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and it could spark hope for someone else. You've weathered storms, retirement blues, losing loved ones, maybe doctor's visits that scared you stiff. Those didn't end you, they shaped you, like a river carves a canyon. Challenges aren't punishment, they're the grit that polishes your spirit if you'll let them. In short, life's rough patches aren't here to stop you, they're your chance to rise stronger, starting this very moment. Next, we'll explore how your words and the folks around you can lift you higher. Don't miss it. 5. Your words and circle shape your world. Hey there, friend. Ever stop to listen to the words tumbling out of your mouth or notice how the folks you sit with shift your whole day? Your words and your circle shape your world more than you might think. Picture Joan, a 74-year-old from Arizona who after retiring kept muttering, "I'm too old for this," until her days felt heavy. One morning, she switched it, said, "I've got plenty to give," and started a knitting group. Now her living room's alive with chatter, and she's lighter than ever. An old wise man, Epictetus, said it's not the things around us that shake us, but how we talk about them. Like when you told yourself you'd get through losing a job or a loved one, and you did. Science backs this. Psychologists say your words wire your brain, turning "I can't" into "I will" if you choose. And the people you keep close? They're like the air you breathe. Joan's old crowd griped about aches. Her new one swaps ideas. Think of Dolly Parton, still singing at 79. She surrounds herself with dreamers, not doubters. Take a second. What do you say about yourself? Worn out or ready? And who's in your corner? Don't wait. Today's the day to shift it. Here's your move. Catch yourself mid-sentence. Swap "I'm stuck" for "I'm figuring this out." Then call someone who lifts you, maybe a grandkid or that neighbor with the big laugh. Do it now, before the day slips. What's one phrase you'd change, or a person who fires you up? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and it might inspire someone else. You've faced lonely nights, health dips, maybe a shrinking budget. Your words pulled you through, and the right folks kept you steady. In short, what you say and who you lean on build your tomorrow. Start speaking hope and picking your crew with heart, right this minute. Next, we'll dig into why change isn't your enemy, it's your power. Stay with me. 6. Change is power. Embrace it. Hey friend, ever feel like change is that uninvited guest crashing your quiet life? Maybe it's the kids moving far away, or a doctor's news that flips your routine upside down. It can rattle you, sure, but what if change isn't here to ruin you, but to remake you? Change is power, if you grab it tight. Take Bill, a 71-year-old from Ohio, who thought retirement meant the end of his spark, until his wife's passing pushed him to volunteer at the food bank. Shuffling cans turned into swapping stories, and now he's the heartbeat of that place. An old thinker, Marcus Aurelius, said everything shifts. That's life's nature, and fighting it just tires you out. It's like when you adapted to a tighter budget or a new town. You didn't cling, you flowed, and it made you tougher. Psychologists call this bounce-back power. Studies show folks who roll with change, like Bill, end up happier, not hollowed. Think of Betty White, dazzling us at 99. She didn't freeze in time, she danced with it. Take a moment. What's one change rattling you? Health, loneliness, an empty nest? Don't push it away. Today's your chance to ride it. Here's your step. Pick one shift, like slower mornings, and tweak it. Sip coffee outside instead of in, or call a friend when the house feels big. Do it now, before it settles in deeper. What's a change you've dodged that might hold a gift? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and it could lift someone else too. You've faced loss, creaky joints, maybe a world that feels too fast, yet each twist grew you, like a tree bending but not breaking. Change isn't your foe, it's your fuel, if you'll let it fire you up. In short, don't fear change. Embrace it now, because it's the power to rewrite your story, one bold move at a time. Next, we'll tie this all together with a look at how it builds your legacy. Don't miss it. Your experiences matter. Have something to share about this? Leave it in the comments. I can't wait to hear from you. Life's taught you plenty, hasn't it? From these stories, the big lessons glow like embers. Success starts when you believe you're worth it, not when the world agrees. Confidence isn't a gift you wait for. It's forged by doing, like when you faced a hard day and kept going. Stop looking for permission. Whether it's calling an old friend or sorting that retirement fund, now is your moment. Challenges? They're not roadblocks. They're where you've always grown strongest. Think of how loss or a health scare shaped your grit. Your words and the folks you lean on, they're the frame of your world. Speak hope, surround yourself with light, and watch it lift you. And change, don't fight it. It's your power, like when you adapted to an empty nest and found new purpose. For you, with years of wisdom in your pocket, this means today's still alive with possibility. Dust off that dream. Plant a garden, write a letter, share a story. You're not done. You're just beginning again. Life's deepest gift is this. Every step you take now builds a legacy of courage worth leaving behind.